Another war story that I'd like to talk about, and it is definitely on my list of top 10 war books. It's actually a memoir. It's written by Eugene Sledge, and it's called With the Old Breed. This is an amazing book. It really is so well written, and the quality of the character, this Eugene Sledge who wrote this book, really shines through on the pages. I just love this book. It has just really made me conscious of what the ordinary soldier goes through when confronted with horrific situations, and how one copes with death all around you, how one deals with fear when the artillery barrages are flying overhead and the sniper is looking for you. This book really takes you into the terror of the jungles of the Pacific. The Pacific War with the United States is really a story that hasn't fully been told. And I believe that this book is at least one part of that story being told. And there is much to come. There's so little information that we have that really captures the experience. And I think that this is simply because it's impossible to describe. What these men went through in the Pacific was so very different from what soldiers fighting in Europe during World War II experienced. There were two completely different wars, and the attitudes about war and being captured, surrendering troops, and all of that was very different for the Japanese than it was for Germans in Europe. And so the Americans that fought in the Pacific found themselves confronting a frightening enemy that had more psychological impact than, say, the classic war fought in Europe in World War II. I think the war in the Pacific is closer to the way modern warfare is fought than any other war of its time. This book, With the Old Breed, is Eugene Sledge's account, a young man who enters the war anxious to do his part, to serve his country, and he finds out that war is never what one thinks that it's going to be, especially a young man who's interested in adventure and wants to make himself. Well, the war made Eugene Sledge, and he spent many years trying to recover and heal the wounds that never really fully heal from his experiences. If you read this book, I guarantee you will be touched, you'll be changed. It is an amazing book. Make sure you read it.